We're live. I hope we're
We're
live.
live. Are we live? Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Nerdy Up North podcast. It's a nerdy podcast hosted by Northern Nerds. I am one of your hosts, Sam.
And I am the other host, Paul. And kicking off the Nerdy Up North tradition of spooky season, probably a week early than normal, but we like to do things and we get excited because we've got ADHD and all that shit. We have the wonderful, the beautiful, the amazing, the woman of nerd culture herself, Becca, joining us for a second week in a row.
Second week!
I know.
Yes. And she doesn't even like horror films, so I've dragged her through the hedge backwards. But yes,
I like some horror films. I just have a very specific taste.
very specific. Zombies and brain-eating things that she likes. Just says a lot about her personality a little bit there. And the horror queen herself. The girl that plays on Twitch on all the horror games and is fearless in the face of anything that basically can spook her. And she's not hungover tonight, so it's always good.
Yay!
So we've got Sunbuns the Sonia, yes.
Hello.
The better
We've
sister as
missed
well.
you.
So yes.
I've missed you guys. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be back for spooky season.
Yes.
Yay!
It's we can't have a spooky season without Sonia to tell us
No.
all about these things. So, but yes, how are yous? How are yous? Okay? Are yous doing well?
Yeah, it's Sunday. Hi, everyone in the chat. How yous doing?
We've got Sonia's partner in crime, Kelly, saying all right as well. Just kind of just leave Sonia alone. Stalkers among us, but yes. So, Sammy, do you want to kick things off with the spooky season and give us a spooky disclaimer?
Ooh, I'm not doing it in a spooky voice. I'll
Alright.
sound.
Oh, I was wondering.
Ooh, so.
It's
And
good.
everything discussed.
Just do
I'll
this,
try.
just a ceremony voice, you'll be fine.
Anth heard that the other day and went, "What the fuck is that?"
No judgment here.
So-
It's fine.
Everything discussed in today's episode is our opinions, and it's our opinions alone. If you'd like to discuss anything from today's episode, please come and join us on the Facebook page. You can join the Nerdy Up North Discord or the comment section where we can have an open discussion. But what we won't have is anyone coming for us and telling us our opinions are wrong, because we can all agree to disagree in fandom. So let's keep it fun, keep it kind, and keep the toxic behaviour out of her nerdism.
Very well said. Very well said. So, do you want to do the
Sure.
taglines before I
Yeah.
start picking on Becca?
Yes. We kick off movies with taglines because I really like taglines. And these ones
And she
are
is the
brilliant.
boss. I cannot argue, so it's fine.
I'm gonna start from the bottom upwards because the last one is hilarious.
Right.
So first one is, if something is chasing you, split up.
Okay. Literally.
Literally. There is a greater good,
Hmm.
and for that you must be sacrificed.
Right.
We work with what we have. I think that's like brilliant. 5 friends go to a cabin in the woods. Bad things happen.
Shit, son.
I like that one. I like
Simple.
that.
It's quite simple.
It's like
Straight to
so
the point.
silly, but kind of encapsulates the film, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You're gonna love the next one then. If the basement door swings open, go down there.
Remember, guys, it's
I
always
love
good to
it.
go down.
You
Gonna go to
think,
my basement.
you think you know the story. That's
Right, okay.
it. Quaint abandoned property
Yes.
sold.
Hmm.
Sorry, the next one. I'm not gonna fucking do this. If an old man warns you not to go there, make fun of him.
These are
And the
taglines, were they, really?
These are taglines.
Okay.
And the last one. If you hear a strange sound outside, have sex.
Yes. Oh,
That's the best one.
That's why I did it last. It was the first one on the list, and I was like, I'm saving that at last.
That's the best one.
My
Oh.
cheeks are killing us from not laughing during that.
dear me. So yes, there was a plan in motion when we said we'd do, like, say, The Cabin in the Woods. If you hadn't realised, that's the movie that we're doing. The logo's in the middle of the screen. Sorry for the listeners, you can't see the logo.
Can't, but it will be on the title screen when you clicked on it to play.
Yes.
Cabin in the Woods.
So the first person I had in mind that I thought I really think would enjoy this movie or enjoy talking with us was Becca. Why? Becca, you are one of the biggest Buffy the Vampire fans I know out there. Is that true?
Yes, and I spent the whole film going, I know that person. I know that person. I know all these people. I literally spent the whole movie doing that.
So this is what I would probably class with the Buffiest vampire movie without Buffy in it that's ever been made. I know it's made by
Without a doubt.
Joss Whedon, so he had all his pals, all his friends in the movie. But the floor, the comedy, the feel, the dark type of humour, it's very Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So as soon as I thought I was good, Becca, if Becca hasn't seen this movie, I think she'll actually enjoy it. She'll get the vibe. And that's why I want it on. But the hilarious thing as well, Becca put a post out about 5 minutes after announcing comments she was coming on, going, "Oh, this isn't the movie I thought it was. What movie did you think it was, Becca?"
Okay. In my defense, I got very confused because both these films have a yellow Power Ranger in.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I thought it was Cabin Fever with Serena Vincent. But if you guys have made a bet, Paul actually knew this because I told him.
No, you didn't tell us that.
I did.
No,
I put what film it was.
I said
somewhere.
what film. I said what film was it, and you went, "I'm not saying." That was on the.
But then I said somewhere else on
right,
Discord. Somewhere I've said about it because I was like,
I didn't see the Discord. But I'll not take the glory if that's the case. But
it's not what I thought.
Yeah.
What did you think it was?
What did I think it was? The
Last
House on the Left,
which is a very different movie.
That's a completely different film.
I just thought houses.
Yeah.
I got a bit fixated on the fact that there was a yellow Power Ranger in it,
Right.
and it was a cabin film.
Right.
And I'm really glad that I kind of looked at the post that you tagged me and I thought, oh, I'm glad.
It would have been hilarious though if you were completely oblivious and then came on and started talking about a completely different film.
Yeah,
I don't think Becca would have enjoyed the other one, even though it's.
I've seen Cabin Fever. That's why I was like, oh, okay, I've seen it. I know I've seen that film. I'll talk about it.
Right.
Every time I hear Cabin Fever, all I think of is Muppets Treasure Island.
See,
Cabin Fever, yeah.
So when you talk about Cabin Fever, the only thing I can say was when the lass is shaving her leg in the bath and you see the skin coming up off it. It's like,
I think the one scene that I remember the most from that movie.
Yeah, it stays with you. But yes, completely different movie. But yes, and as soon as Sonia heard we were doing this movie, because I was planning out Spooky Season saying, Sonia, what episode would you like to come on? Would you like to come on this one? She was like, no, I want that one. I'm not saying anything. Just let me have that one. I was good. Okay. Yes.
Oh, Cabin in the Woods.
What Sonia wants, Sonia gets.
Yes. So why do you love this movie then, Sonia?
Same reasons you just gave for inviting Becca on. Like, Buffy's my favorite show of all time. Joss Whedon was my god until the the shit show, which I'm sure we're not going to be going into detail with today. And as someone who absolutely loves horror, and it particularly loves Kevin Williamson and meta horror, I love what this movie did for that kind of genre, how it switched and changed and flipped everything on its head, and loved watching it and going, oh my god, that's Andrew from Buffy. Oh my god, that's Franz Kranz from Dollhouse. Like, it's so much fun. So yeah, I just absolutely love this movie so much. It's so smart.
And
it is.
It's so interesting as well, because I know Sammy's probably done a research, so if I pinch him on your facts here as well, so I do apologise, Sammy. This film nearly never even got released.
No, it did not.
This was basically made as a tax write-off, to be fair. Because you know how movie studios do that, Batgirl, where they'll do a movie just to basically say, oh, we'll write off certain things. And a certain actor in this movie went to superstardom and went, oh, we've got this movie we made 2 years ago in the back locker. Let's release it on the back of Chris Hemsworth Thor. So if we didn't get Chris Hemsworth in Thor, this movie wouldn't have even fucking been released, which is crazy.
It blows my mind that MGM actually went bankrupt.
Yeah.
Like, to think that conglomerate went bankrupt. And it was Lionsgate who ended up picking up of all distributors. But Hemsworth it wasn't just this movie, it was Red Dawn as well. He'd done 2 movies that ended up getting shit canned, and then Thor comes out, and people credit the fact that he did these movies and credit that of him getting Thor, and it's completely not the case at all, because Nick Fucker had seen it to say, oh, that's him.
Yeah.
And again, because I know Becca talked about a Power Ranger in this movie and the cast, this is such an intelligent movie for so many different reasons and different ways, like the flaws and how it goes in, as Sonia said as well, it spins the genre not just on the head but upside down, round back. Everything that you think you know about a stereotypical horror movie is in this movie, and they take the piss out of it so much and in so different ways that it allows you to like kind of like get out of the mindset of oh, I know what's going to happen. You want the kind of the things to happen as well. So,
I didn't see it as like a piss take. I saw it as a pure love fest, pure homage to just, and it wasn't directed at any, because there's monsters in here, there's creepy. It's just horror. In general, broad stroke horror, and I have every bit of reference that went into this movie. I'll start with the rituals, which I thought was really clever. So the rituals from the other countries references various classic movies and monsters. The Kyoto ritual is referencing Ringu. The Buenos Aires ritual is reference to King Kong.
Right, yeah.
The Stockholm ritual is reference to John Carpenter's The Thing.
Okay.
And the Madrid ritual is reference to Dracula.
Right. So they went with some of the classics, and
they actually wanted to cut them out of the movies. They didn't want it in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't want to put it in. It just felt like it was there for their sake. No, but it's all part of
it kind of enriched it a little
part
bit.
of it. And I think what I love about it as well is, like, we get the kind of backwards torture redneck family, right? Which, you know, on paper, the most boring thing on this list behind me that we could have gotten, right?
Yeah.
But is that not the point? Like, we're seeing all these TV screens and we're seeing, look how cool this film could have been, but instead you get the same thing over and over. And it's just, it's a social commentary on what horror films churn out time and time again. So like that in itself, those screens were so necessary to show us, like, actually we could have done this. We're not, because that's the point we're making.
Yeah, I'm going to quickly go through your board. So,
my board.
Your board. Werewolf, alien, beast, mutants, wraiths, zombies, reptilians, clowns, witches, sexy witches, demons, hell lord,
What to differentiate.
Angry molesting tree, giant snake, deadites.
Right.
Mummy, the bride, the scarecrow folk, snowman, dragon bat, vampires, dismembered goblins, sugar plum fairy, merman, the reanimated unicorn, heron, Sasquatch, Wendigo, Yeti, all / dolls, zombie redneck torture family, the doctors, jack-o'-lantern, giant, twins, and Kevin.
Kevin.
And who
is Kevin?
I'll tell you who Kevin is. It's Elijah Wood.
Is it?
In Sin City. It's a homage.
I was wondering whether it was him.
Yeah, it's a homage to Elijah Wood in Sin City's Frank Miller's Sin City.
Oh, right.
That's who is Kevin.
I thought it might have been like a piss take of like, we got to talk about Kevin. That really.
I thought Home Alone.
I thought Kevin Williamson from Scream. No. But I know that there's a comic, and in the comic he's depicted as someone who looks like a normal man, but who is capable of killing very easily, which really lines up with Sin City's Kevin.
Yeah.
So
it's an homage to Kevin from Sin City.
So Becca, with this being kind of like the first time seeing this movie, or even finding out about this movie as well, so this kind of must have took you completely by surprise with the twists and how it went about.
It did, and I actually really enjoyed it, because I find with a lot of films, with my ADHD, I am able to predict a lot of things that happen in films. You know, I see patterns and things like that. And this film, I was not able to see it.
No,
I was not able to see. I was not able to see the patterns. though I vaguely knew of the ending, I didn't know how we got to the ending.
Yeah.
Right.
And what I really liked about it was the beginning, because
Mm.
I know that Josh Whedon, he has a habit of wanting to do things that fool the viewers. He did it in Buffy, and obviously he did it in this film, where for the first 5 minutes I was like, am I watching the right film?
Yes.
I was really confused at that point, to the point that I had to rewind it, close the door to the kitchen so I couldn't hear the washing machine, and watch it again, just to make sure I was definitely watching the film and how ordinarily it started.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy this film. I've got to admit, I really did enjoy this film.
And it kind of throws you as well, because it's a basic setup. Like, you think, oh, it's going to be the thing, but the characters in it are all characters that we've seen in these type of movies.
Yeah.
But with a slant, Chris Helmsworth's Kurt is a fucking genius. Like when he's talking about different things, he's not just a football jock and telling him, oh, he's given, like, say, Dana's character, like, advice in
that
do
book.
this book and stuff like that, and it's showing you these things. And he's a best friend, Jules, who freshly dyed her hair for that for the trip to go as a blonde. And we get, like, say, a Shaggy from Scooby Doo, like, in full blown.
Oh my god! You know they had to put him. They had to put him through a masterclass of being a stoner. They had to teach him how to.
I love him.
They had to teach him how to roll. They had to teach him how to for mannerisms, and also the thermal coffee mug bong.
Yeah.
I bet people bought that after that film.
I don't think they would have when they saw the price. It's a fully functioning mug and bong, and it cost $5,000 to make.
Wow.
So, yeah, they've really, like, I know we keep bringing up Joss Whedon, but the director of this movie is Drew Goddard, and Joss really does kind of take a little bit of a back seat. He kind of, for all what we know of him, he has a very good friendship with Drew, to where this is Drew's film.
Yeah.
I just wrote it. This is everything. And when it came down to the selling and distribution of it eventually coming out, and certain things that the studio wanted to cut out, it was Joss who was fighting for Drew's vision to make sure that, they wanted to cut the scenes out with the rituals, and Drew was like, no, and he was getting himself really upset. This is gonna, take away from this, and Joss was like, right, okay, that's what, and he fought for him. So I can't give him a lot of credit on some things.
Yeah.
But that I can.
And there's a lot of, as I said, again, you can see probably in the dialogue where Josh Whedon is coming about, because the dialogue is very much Buffy, Firefly, and the type of characters. It's got that all about it. It's just that I love the whole flipping things on its head. These aren't the usual schmucks, the people that put themselves in the situation where when they meet the old guy at the service station. And I think, again,
Mordecai.
and how that joke plays out, because you always get it. Like, we've recently had it in Until Dawn. It was the same kind of premise, same like old guy scaring the young kids off to try and not go forward, or to push them to go forward, give them that choice. That whole interaction, but then it pays off later down the line when he's on the phone to the two guys,
good,
and they are ripping the piss out of him, because he's like being all blood and thunder, and like,
he's taking it so serious.
Yeah.
And it's just like it kind of like takes you out of, like, oh, I'm in a horror film, but am I? This is so
where am I?
Yeah, it's so meta, and it's so interesting as well. You're like, all right, I want to delve now more into this world and where this world takes place and what's happened before. And it's like, oh, it's great. The little nuances and the little things that happens in this as well, where it's not so obvious. It's like something as simple as she picks up a weapon, a knife, and she's fighting off one of the zombies with a knife. And she takes him out. So, okay, we don't want her to keep the knife, so we'll give her a quick electric shock, so she drops it. It's like, fuck, that because everyone.
It's all thought about.
Yeah, everything's all mapped out.
Yeah, because every time you watch a horror film now, we are intelligent enough. We've seen enough horror films. We go, why the fuck have you dropped that? Why the fuck have you went that way? Why are you doing this stupid thing that you would not do in normal life? And they've got answers for all those different questions. Like,
everything.
They're going to have sex in the woods. Well, it's not the most romantic thing. We'll change the lighting. We'll do pheromones and stuff like that.
We'll give some mood to this scene. Yeah, they're completely like turn it on their head. The funniest part for me, and it only became funny once I knew the joke, which is really bad, is when the textbook scene where he says, "What are you doing with these? Who gave you these?
I learned it from you."
It just runs off.
It's taken from a 1987 anti-drug PSA where his son and father have this conversation. So when I learned that, I was like, oh Christ, that just makes that so much funnier. But this is what I mean by the references in here. There's one reference that I didn't actually get. And it's mentioned when the American facility, when they say we failed the ritual once before in 1998 due to a screw up by the chem department. This is in reference to the movie The Faculty.
Right. Right, okay.
Chem department.
The 5 character types that are portrayed: the jock, the scholar, the whore, the fool, the virgin, all defeating the monster with a homemade amphetamine narcotic, which is from the chem department.
But you've got to think about it as well. Like, when you go back and you think about the horror trope or horror movies and a thing, everything does play to this textbook, and they know this. And similar to when they did Scream, when Kevin Williams did Scream and changed like the rule book for that as well, this kind of does it without. Not saying Scream was subtle. Scream was quite blunt at times, but this one does it in a way where it's like a wink and a nod. And I kind of like that aspect because it opens it up. Because again, sorry to pick on Becca a little bit. If she, like, for non-horror fans that love blood and guts, like horror fans who love blood and guts, this has got everything for. But this has got something for everyone that can enjoy. You can go, this is like not just a horror movie, it's a clever movie, it's a comedy movie. It's got these aspects where you think, oh shit, this would have, and again, going back to the Buffy reference, this would have been a fucking amazing series arc in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, if you think about that. Like, imagine Buffy versus all these different villains and why they're coming out, and is she playing back to these gods that's like playing chess with different things. Again, it's just so many interests, so many different possibilities. And
there's a theory based on what you've just said that I actually referenced in the Buffy episode of this podcast, if you recall all that way back. And the theory is that this company, this organization, is the Initiative from Buffy.
Right.
And that the Initiative is aware of ancient gods. And if we go back even further, the connection is that the Initiative is part of Wolfram and Hart from Angel, because they are ancient ones.
Right.
And they serve the higher purpose. So there's an actual theory that all of Joss's works are interconnected.
I'm not a Buffy fan, so I didn't care. But I did read in one of my little facty thingies that this is either referenced, I'm trying to find it, either referenced or is direct to a Buffy episode. So there is influence, and I can't.
It does
I
kind
wish I
of
wrote it down
happen
now.
because obviously when the Initiative fails, it's because obviously everything gets released, isn't it? It's been a while since so the same kind of plot does happen as what happens in the film.
Is that when Adam kind of breaks out and then everything kind of goes shit? That's when Spike's freaking out with his chip that's making him not be able to bite people. Bless him.
And then you find out later down the line, not going into Buffy too much, but you find out later down the line when Riley comes back that actually he's working for a different initiative elsewhere. So it was never just a self-contained unit, it was always a bigger organisation.
That would make so much sense. I'm determined to find this. The film's ending is similar to the Buffy the Vampire Slayer episode Primeval, in which a horde of demons are released from their cages in a government facility and ends up killing the majority of the staff.
Becca nails it. Score 1 for the Beck.
There you go. You go.
As I said, there's a lot of different like types in this movie as well. Well, let's say 5 main ones. What type would you class you as if you were going to class yourself as one?
What, within the friend group?
Yeah, if you're going to, like, because
Oh,
I said the fool, there's the fool, the whore, the
fool,
the jock.
Yeah, I'm a whore. No, I'm the fool.
Right.
Definitely the fool.
The fool. 100%.
So yeah, the fool. I'm not going to be.
I'm not going to say the whore, am I?
I was going to say Becca would be the virgin. She's the innocent.
She's the only one out of us has children.
They work with what they've got.
That's the state of the film. I would clearly be the jock, so that's going to happen.
Clearly, Paul, clearly.
Did you know that a very famous scream queen is involved in this movie?
Which one?
You mean at the end of the movie?
No,
Oh,
she's
okay.
not in the movie. She's
okay.
involved in the movie.
No.
So the makeup artist for this is, I've just had his name and I've moved it because I was looking for that, is David Leroy Anderson.
Oh.
David Leroy Anderson is the husband of Heather Langenkamp, who was
right.
also the assistant makeup director with her husband, David Anderson. And she went into the pseudonym Heather Anderson to not make people think this has anything. Yes. So Heather Langenkamp was the special effects makeup artist along with her husband.
Oh, that's so cool.
I love that. I was like, oh, okay. Because the makeup in this is absolutely beautiful. And the one that completely caught me off guard, and I think I ended up pausing and just staring at him, is the almost pinhead like.
He's so cool. He's so cool.
If I was stood in front of him, I don't think I'd have been able, and it wouldn't have been fear, it would have just been, my God, you are beautiful. His eyes were absolutely piercing.
So cool. Like, he's just so visually appealing. And it's the fact he doesn't say anything. Like, even in the scene where everything's coming out, like, he just walks and he's calm and he's quiet. He's just so intriguing.
His name is Fornicus.
I love him. Fornicus, of course it is.
Lord of Pain.
Lord of Sex.
Who is he's clearly modelled after the Cenobite Pinhead. They did take a lot of, they paid a lot of homage, especially the fact that they had the puzzle box.
The box,
yeah, in his hand and everything. But there was just something so striking about that. And it's not just that makeup, it's all of it. The fact of how practical they were to a degree.
Yeah. Because to be fair, there's something that you couldn't do, like the big snakes and stuff like that.
But that werewolf.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
the werewolf's cool.
That's so impressive. So another fun fact, because I want to try and get these out so I can close my laptop and stop staring at it. Sigourney Weaver.
Yes.
Yeah. She was absolutely buzzing her tits off that not only was she going to be in a horror film that didn't reference anything that she'd done in the past, she was also going to be in a scene with a werewolf. That was the dream, but she was not the initial first pick.
Right.
Who they initially wanted, and I think this would have been fucking genius, is Bruce Campbell.
Right.
Okay.
And who they went after next would have worked just as well was Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis, I knew that. But she couldn't do it.
No, both couldn't do it, and Sigourney Weaver was the one that said yes, basically. But yeah, she was buzzing that she was going to get killed by a werewolf.
I have heard some Jamie Lee Curtis rumours this week as well, which has got me a little bit excited. Because I'll be honest, I'm not too... Like, so I know everyone loves the Scream franchise. I do like it to a degree, but Scream 7 comes out in February, I believe. And it's one of those where but Jamie Lee Curtis
I'll be going to see it.
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis is actually rumoured to be in it as well.
Ooh.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Going into a franchise that's not really hers, is it?
I'm wondering, because you know how Scream likes to do a killing at the start to shock people. Imagine having Jamie Lee Curtis in at the start and
be like Drew Barrymore all over again, wouldn't it? Yeah, that makes sense.
That would be actually really cool.
Because with it not being named as a big part, I think that might be... If it works, again, you've heard it here first. It's a Nerdy Up North exclusive. If not,
I mean, I have been saying for years that Stu's coming back, and guess what? Stu's coming back.
As it, well, all of them are in some way now. That's don't know how.
I don't care if how it's happening. Anyways,
but Becca's just made us laugh as well because she's asked the chat what they would be. So I can name them. So Kelly's already named herself as a fool. Lee would be the slut, the whore. Beth would be the virgin. Chris would be the stoner because he's on that much drugs to stay alive.
True. Yeah, true.
But yeah.
Life imitating art, imitating life. This one might interest Sonia, and it's half the reason I actually put it down. In the shot showing all the creatures in the elevator cells, you can briefly see a tank. Witch, Boomer, and Hunter, 4 of the special infected from the Left 4 Dead game series.
Yeah.
Right.
I knew that. Apparently they were meant to actually have a deal. They were meant to actually have a level, but the Left 4 Dead like kind of franchise pulled, but they didn't have time to redo the enemies in the boxes, so they just left them there.
So they were going to do it on when the film was in its like production, but then when the MGM goes tits up, they kind of pull out and then nothing ever comes of it. All right, makes sense.
I think we're meant to have a lot more of it, which would have been quite cool, like having video game in there too. But
a 4-part planned tie-in expansion pack.
Oh, really?
That would have worked so well.
Yeah, I would have loved that.
I only got that for you.
Oh,
give it for the gamer girl. But yeah, it's weird, like, to think when this came out as well, because there's so much possibility that could have happened or where it goes. I know with how the ending, it's kind of like a final ending. I'm surprised they didn't do more with this as well, because the concept was so on the nose and done well.
Yeah, but when he was asked how you going to do a sequel, he went, "Did you see how my movie ended? The world ended."
I like how it ends. I'm kind of glad that there can't be another one. I wouldn't necessarily like for there to be, I don't think, because of what it was doing.
Yeah. But talking in the world of horror movies and franchises, well, they'll milk a goat. Like, say, they'll probably bring back Michael Myers again soon.
They'll milk a bloody cat.
Yeah.
They are
Robert Downey Jr. now. You can milk a cat. You can milk me. I've got nibbles.
Isn't Michael coming back though in video game format?
There is a game coming out next year.
There is a game coming out.
Yeah. It's based on the original. It's based on the original.
But it's made by the people who did Friday the 13th, and that got shit canned, so people aren't really excited because it's probably not going to last long or do well.
But didn't Friday the 13th only get shit canned because they only had it for a limited time and then kind of took it away from people?
I think the idea was they went for the Left 4 Dead approach, where it was kind of like the same mechanism. Is it Left 4 Dead or Dead by Daylight? Daylight. Sorry, they use the same and again with that type of game, unless you're playing multiplayer over and over, there's a limited player factor for it. It's not like all levels. But if you're thinking, if you do a Michael Myers survival horror, where you're going through the town of Woodsboro, not Woodsboro, that's Scream, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's Haddonfield.
Haddonfield,
Haddonfield, that's the one. That could be interesting. I've liked the graphics. I like the look of the new, because I think it was advertised only last week or so.
Yeah, they released the gameplay trailer. I don't want to get into a video game discussion, but the people who were making it, they fucked over Friday the 13th, and then they just dropped Texas Chainsaw Massacre as well. So every sort of IP they've had the rights to, they've fucked over the player base, and I can understand why players aren't excited about this, because they feel it's going to be ripped away from them.
Yeah.
Right.
I am excited about the Hellraiser game though.
Me too.
That looks exciting.
Me too. Happy days, everyone. Harry Styles is now out of my head, and I've got the Halloween song going on in there. Yeah, so happy days.
Much better.
I am buzzing. Can I just add an additional to Sonia's whiteboard that I forgot to mention earlier because it was right at the bottom of my notes? There's some additional monsters that are not listed on the whiteboard but are in the cells on the monitors later on. A giant, I have to get this out because the last one's hilarious. A giant tarantula, 2 dogs, a wolf, a large frog, a giant centipede, and a beast man, a giant woman, 2 different blob-like creatures, a killer robot, and a trio of the KKK.
Oh yes, the KKK. Yeah,
they are in there.
Yeah. Also a Reva as well from Serenity is in one of the cells.
You see them attacking someone. They throw someone over the balcony.
I think because the whiteboard, that's the ones where they're betting on, not the actual list of
not the
not the full comprehensive list, which implies there's
more.
loads more.
Yeah.
Loads more. I'm getting through my notes. The body count, the kill count. So do you want to have a guess of the kill count?
69.
Boom!
Is it?
Yes.
I didn't guess because I'd seen it.
However, that's the body count that is implied.
Right.
The actual body count is the world's population.
Right, because the world.
Of course. If we're going to go down the route of how I was doing kill counts and monsters, this would be the biggest kill count to go because the population
I like
goes.
it.
I like it too. I really like it.
So let's play the devil's game a little bit here. You're in the same situation that they're in the end. Kill the fool, save the world. It's always like save the cheerleader, save the world. Would you do it to save the world?
Probably.
I don't think I would.
No, you're not that ruthless.
I think no.
After what he's been through as well.
Yeah, like I kind of like. I mean, to be fair, it looks like Dana's going to. She really is probably going to do it until she's bitten and stopped. But at the same time, I think like that kind of sitting down and being like, maybe it's time for someone else. Like, oh, do we deserve to be alive if this is what we're doing to keep that life? Like, is that fair?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because then another group of people. Because another group of people are going to have to go through this. What I would have loved is she did kill him, and they realised that actually he was the virgin all along, and it wasn't her, and everything still goes tits up.
That would have been cool, yeah.
That's how I thought. I was like, oh, am I making this up in my head? One of those like Mandela effects where you're like, does this actually happen? I would have loved for the switcheroo at the end. Oh,
that's so smart, yeah, and makes a lot of sense as well, right? Because she's like, I'm not a virgin.
it was the look that she gave, like, what?
So
I was like, oh.
So all in all, I know we've like been quite positive about the movie as well. There is a few moments where, well, one moment that even now,
for me,
it's very uncomfortable, and you think this is even a bit too weird. This, like when they're in the cabin and they're playing Truth or Dare, and this kid, make out with the coyote and stuff like that.
The moose.
The moose.
The moose. Have you ever seen a moose?
But I think the level that they're going thing, they push it beyond the realms of taste, shall we say?
Yeah. It was.
But
it was a bit of a hard watch.
Yeah.
They all say as well that, like, they're all really shocked by her behaviour in that scene, and isn't the whole point that she's already sort of poisoned at that point?
Starting to go, yeah. Well, just to break the illusion a little bit, the tongue was made out of latex, which was then covered in icing and sugar in order to make it taste a bit more nice for the actress who was kissing it.
I'm glad to hear that. I am glad to hear that.
It's a latex tongue that could be removed, so they could keep dipping it in sweet stuff for us, so she had something tasty.
Just keep re-dipping
it. Yeah.
It's like we're going to get you addicted to kissing a wolf thing. It's like every time you say that, it's like, oh, sweet treat.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, oh, behind the makeup, behind the smoke, you really need to know that. I'm actually glad I did, because you could kind of see like the glistening on the tongue, and I was like, oh, okay.
But to flip it on its head as well, because like I say, that scene is like very uncomfortable and kind of almost takes you out of the movie. What's followed is probably one of the best, like, not piss takes, but the way they handle it is brilliant when they go down in the cellar and how they all tease
all the different things.
That was so interesting as well.
Honestly love as a person to go into that basement and just look at everything. Like, how cool would that be?
Yeah,
like,
choose your own adventure.
It's the fact that Chris Hemsworth's actually got the shell as well, and you just know that's the merman's shell. Yeah, like they were so close.
And the ballerina is the little ballerina girl.
Yeah,
was reading about the prosthetics that they had to put on her because obviously above and anything else, the director was really cautious about the fact of not scaring this little girl. Like he was like his daddy instincts kicked in, so they worked with David and Heather worked to make a prosthetic that went on her face that she could actually see out of.
Right.
So so they could make her really comfortable, and because of that, they got such a great reaction from her. She loved it. She loved the fact that she had like this whole like teeth thing going on.
That's cool.
And it made that. I know we only see her for a very brief period of time, but it's
horrific.
Creepy.
Yeah,
It's
really creepy.
So yeah, they got the effect, but yeah, the director was so cautious about her makeup, but he didn't want to not her be in it either because it plays a part with the music box that they pick up because she's in the music box.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when they go down into that cellar and you see all the different interesting artifacts and stuff, as Sonia said, you could spend a whole movie or like a time just going through all them individual things. There's so many great references, and again, I love that they went for like almost like the Evil Dead aspect to it.
That's exactly how I felt when that whole cabin scene. I was saying to Paul before we came on, actually, I watched this years ago, and when I went to go and rewatch it, I was like, oh god, it's just Evil Dead, isn't it? And then when you remember all these little things, and you're like, oh, actually, no, there's so much more to it. There's this, that, and the other. But that cabin scene does put us in the Evil Dead mindset. So when you go into that basement, all I think is going to be in there is the Necronomicon, and the fact that it's not.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit, what is in here then?
But when they ramp up the horror in this movie as well, because as we've discussed, there's so many different like elements to this movie that it could have been a comedy, it could have been like a send up and stuff. But when they go full horror, they go brutality in it as well. It's not to the degree that you could class this as torture porn or far from it.
No.
But it is gory, it is messy, and I'm surprised as well by the rating because I'm sure this was a 15 when it came out as well.
Yeah, it was.
I think that's possibly because you don't have a kill until like 45 minutes into it or so.
Yeah.
And I think the language used as well. There's not much swearing in this movie, which
that kind of it didn't take us out of it, but I was a little bit shocked because you are so used to free speech and saying whatever you want to in horror, and it didn't feel like that at all. The movies, how I've put in a load of references of bits that I've like from different, but the movies that really centralize this one is The Evil Dead, is Resident Evil, Friday the 13th, Cabin Fever, and Saw.
Yeah.
So you're saying that it has that kind of gory element to it, so kind of would play a little part in that.
I think the bear trap on the chain is
oh my god,
like,
what a weapon.
Yeah.
Like even as a weapon, that's like you are like ugh. Like even though you've laughed most of the movie up until that point, you're still like ugh. Like
he was specifically terrifying. When he came out the water, did anyone else kind of like jump a little bit?
He's horrible.
Yeah, he looked so good, and the best part about it is they didn't give him a cliche weapon.
No.
Yeah. Like how many times have you seen that as the weapon of choice?
Yeah.
Like it's insane.
And the way they approached it to him using it, obviously when they're in the cellar, he uses it to hook on and grab up the person.
It's when he clunks Chris Hemsworth on the head with it, because I think he's gonna miss.
Yeah.
Because why would Chris Hemsworth not get away? But he didn't. He proper clunks him on the head.
Because he's off his face on probably methamphetamine or whatever it is they're pumping into the room.
And I know Sammy's touched on it as well, but the prosthetics effects and everything in this was amazing. Because one of the things that always looks really shit in horror movies is the head. When we've got, like I say, a dismembered head or a decapitated head, it's always like 90% you go, oh, you can tell it's fake. This was probably, that's how it sounds really sick. This is probably one of the best fake heads I have seen in a horror movie for a while, because I even second guessed it as well as good. Because there has that element where you think, ooh, that's quite close. That doesn't look doll-like. That doesn't look like kind of rubber. But again, I don't know if it's like a mixed match of practical and special effect or CGI, but I have to say that was unreal. Like some of the effects that was used.
I would like to think that the Andersons
Mm-hmm.
did it, made it, because that it's the noises that come from it as well.
Yeah.
It's the squishiness and the and the fact that she had her eyes open.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you know what? Like the whole time Paul was talking there, all I could think was, you need to do a top 5 severed heads.
A top 5 head movie.
Let's name that a bit better.
What's your favorite head, guys? Just say it out there.
Never had any compass. The Latin in the book, in the diary that Dana reads, I thought it was going to be a piss take. Right. I thought it was going to be, because of the funny elements that we've had, I thought it was going to be something absolutely ridiculous.
Do you have the translation?
I do.
No.
So the actual Latin is, and oh God, bear with us. Like, I can barely speak English at best. Dola super via caro, dola super maius caro, dola ignio animeos, which means.
I'm good. I wish I knew you were doing this. I would have put some kind of effect on, like thunder. Quick, turn your lights off and on, Sammy.
Pain outlives the flesh. Pain raises the flesh. Pain ignites the spirit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I genuinely thought it was going to be something like, go fuck yourself. You fucked.
Yeah. Why are you translating this? Get a hobby.
Yeah. Loser.
I think, because as you said, I probably used the wrong words earlier. That, like I say, this is not a piss take. It is as a homage.
I know.
It's like it's like a very much a meta, but that's probably where they've taken things so serious as well. It's like, if we're going to poke at this element, we need to get the other elements so right, so that if they say you're poking at this, why are you taking the piss at something you love? It's not. It's like, as you said, it's very much handled with so much care. And even like say the elements when things start to go wrong, like when they stop, like it's almost like they're going to escape. Like, shit, why isn't the tunnel being destroyed? And like that element as well. It's like everything that you normally see in a horror movie. It's like, oh, they're going. Why don't they just hit the road? Just go, and they do everything that you should be doing. And it's like that's the explanation. But I love, like, as I said, that they use like a force field around it as well. Because when Chris Hemsworth's death,
that moment,
that death scene.
But
and it's the smartest thing as well. The smartest thing he could do in that moment is that there's nothing like, yes, it's dangerous, but they're in a life or death situation. What he is doing there is so smart. Why would 100%. Any smart person think there's going to be a giant force field in the middle of this?
It makes no sense that it would happen. But the fact that was how this character died.
It's the fact we had to watch him go all the way down to the bottom.
Knowing as well,
skidding like road rash all the way.
But that's where Drew Goddard, when they filmed that scene, and he does that amazing speech before he goes, "I'm going to bring this, I'm going to bring that, I'm going to rain fire and fury." He says, "There's a movie star right there."
Yeah,
he knew Chris Hemsworth, and I've always said this about Hemsworth, because he's getting a lot of shit. Because with him doing a lot of stuff with Taika Waititi, he gets a lot of shit where it's like it's forced comedy with him. It's not. He is absolutely hilarious in this movie. He breaks a stereotype while also being the stereotype.
Yeah.
He manages to answer the call. He manages to stand up against some of the foremost greatest women, like female comedians, and still manages to stand his own ground. The man has a funny bone, but unfortunately Taika Waititi is giving him comedy that is kind of
like slapstick.
And it's not natural to him, because he is a naturally funny person. He doesn't need the over-the-top comedy when he could just downplay it and it would still be hilarious.
What I love about, like, because as you said, when you see Chris Hemsworth in this movie, you can't help but see star. Like, even if he wasn't Thor, you know that there's something about him.
Yeah.
But all the characters in this movie, they're not the best thing in the movie. The two characters that I absolutely love, and they normally just play the side characters in most things. Like, you normally see, that's him out of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's him out of such and such. When you see him,
It's Peralta's dad.
Yeah, it's Bradley Whitford and Richard Jenkins.
Oh my
Richard
God.
Jenkins is so good in this,
Yeah.
man.
I love
He's normally he normally plays like someone's
The
father,
dad?
or he's always like the dad in most things.
He
The
was the
dad
dad in
in
6 Feet
Six
Under.
Feet Under, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But them two,
yeah.
the chemistry between them
They're
two, in
so
this
funny.
oh,
How have they not
Like,
worked together since? Or
honestly,
before?
like it reminds me of, like, you know, those old films where you've got two men who are friends by kind of not
Default.
choice. It's just like they're just friends, and they both kind of get on each other's nerves, and they both rile each other up, but they still spend every weekend fishing together. Or
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like, that's what they're like. They're like an old married couple that isn't married. It's just two men. You know?
I love, but I'm going to call him Peralta's dad because it's, but it's because I'm watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine at the minute as well. It's his reaction to the merman. The fact that he, I was expecting a merman.
But when the merman called me, wasn't expecting it.
Well,
no, and he's just like, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
This is my last fact, and I can close me laptop down, is to do with the merman, because the design is heavily influenced from Creature from the Black Lagoon. The monster would progressively lean towards a legless, more fish-like configuration. The final merman was designed by, oh God, I'm reading all this shite, but basically the work that went into this merman was probably more work than they put into any other creatures, because they really wanted to do it justice, because he plays such a part of this is the thing he's always wanted to see.
This is the payoff, this is the joke, this is
and that's it. And they wanted to do, they added the blowhole at the end where the blood comes out, because there was just something lacking in that moment where, and they were like, we need to break the tension up here. I know, blood blowhole.
But they kind of warned you to it before when they talked about it. It's like, oh, you don't want to see a merman anyway, because the cleanup afterwards is horrendous. So they've already got you interested. What kind of mess are they going to be? And when you get it, you weren't expecting a blowhole. You were expecting maybe like, guts and garters flying all over, messy.
I wasn't expecting that.
No, and Rich Centron, who's the guy who's behind the merman, God bless him, he had to spend 12 hours a day in that suit while they were recording, and apparently it was one of the most painful, because he was completely, like, his legs were taken away from him essentially, and he had to just rely on his hands to keep them upright.
That must be quite a workout.
Yeah,
definitely.
Bless him.
And the same being in the movies is glamorous too.
I know.
He had to be carried around on a stretcher.
Oh, bless him.
Oh.
Yeah, when he was lying on the floor, we had to give him a pillow. He was lying in the fetal position to go to sleep. Basically, he lived in that costume because it was a pain in the ass to get on. So, and this is what makeup people who do wear prosthetics, they kind of understand that when you're in it, you're not coming out of it for a long period of time.
I've got more respect for Doug Jones now.
I was just thinking of Doug Jones when you were talking there. Yeah.
When we did the episode of when we did the episode of him on Monsters, we learned the times in what's those stuff he's done with Guillermo del Toro?
Pan's Labyrinth and stuff.
The amount of how he never complains.
No,
he never complains.
He is one of the nicest people in showbiz. Like, just no one's got a bad word to say about him.
Well, he didn't reply to my email when I asked him to come on their podcast, so.
Well, there's that.
Just saying. Richard O'Brien came on, but no.
Right, I can close my laptop. I've got a lovely message from him. So.
All right.
I've seen that. That's really sweet.
So, if you were facing off against all these nasties and bad guys, which one would you want to face off to take you out?
Oh, it has to be the Pinhead replicant dude. Like,
I know, but you wouldn't try and kill him. You would try and fuck him. So.
I'd let him have his. He can do what he wants.
I would like to join him in some form of fashion and way. But if I'm getting taken out, if I'm going one-on-one,
soul apart.
Sorry, I went into a world of my own there. The werewolf. That werewolf is spectacular, and it's the one thing I couldn't find when I was reading about this was the work, because that is some bloody good werewolf work. hair work, and it was fantastic.
What about you,
But I
Becca?
Do you think
couldn't-
that's possibly got something to do with Joss, though, right? He's got a lot of experience doing good werewolves and bad werewolves in Buffy
Yeah.
and Angel.
Could be. I was. I never even thought of that. Oh, why would I? I don't know my Buffy
As
references.
the number one Buffy fan, Sammy, you should know.
Sonia, that is the quietest I've ever been on an episode before. That and Angel.
Bless you. You did it though. You did it for the lols.
No, I did it because I love fandom and I love listening to people speak about their love of fandom, regardless of what it is. But yeah, that's the quietest I've ever been.
I think if
no facts were coming out that day.
I think if we do a Buffy episode again, we'll do it on a specific episode rather than try and do the whole show and talk. I think that would be quite interesting. Get Sammy to talk about once more we're feeling.
That was the episode that was in my brain. I was like, yep.
I have seen it.
Yeah.
Like I say, it must be bunnies. I know it. I know that reference.
I sing that song to my bunnies quite often.
Bless
do you do the air guitar as well?
Sometimes
Yeah,
it's sometimes it's not like 7:30 in the morning. I'm trying to quickly get to work, but yeah.
So, Kelly's demanding we do Hush already as well.
That's another good episode.
Which one's Hush?
It's the
Where no one can talk.
Yeah.
You'd like it.
Doug Jones.
Yeah.
Doug Jones.
Oh, right.
That's why
my
you'd like
goodness.
it.
We actually were going to do that for an episode of Monsters ages ago, but I ended up saying, could we not? Because
you don't like Buffy.
You know.
You did the X-Files instead.
We did the X-Files. We did Home instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll stay away from Buffy because it's just not my thing.
So what would you? So what beast would get you, Becca?
Ooh.
Oh, I want the sugar plum fairy
Right.
because I want to know. I want to know what they look like.
And do you want to know what they could do?
Do you know?
I don't. I'm intrigued though.
That's why I'm intrigued. I would like to know.
How would a sugar plum fairy kill you?
Shove sugar plums somewhere.
Give you full on diabetes. Like I don't know what.
Is that what happened to Chris?
Yes, possible.
Chris, have you been attacked by a sugar plum fairy? I'm sorry, Chris.
Is no one going to pick the unicorn? Because that was amazing.
That was so
the unicorn's so cool.
The fact that he just his head's up and look at me, I'm majestic, whoosh, and then gets his horn and shoves it in his stomach. That is a bloody death scene.
And I wonder if that's the premise or the idea where we got the movie that last year with Jenna Ortega and Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Unicorn.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
Unicorn?
Death of the Unicorn.
I don't know. I do know which one you mean. I haven't actually seen that one.
Well, Paul Rudd is in as a non-comedic role, which is just bizarre. Zero laughs all the way through.
Did you pick?
I'm glad you picked the werewolf because I always like having a scrap with a werewolf. But maybe the furriness in his wants to see if I can take down the beastie.
My problem is I'll be too going. Oh, look at the baby! Look at the baby! Look at the baby!
As it's munched on your head.
Yeah, talking to him like I talk to me cats. Aren't you adorable?
But yeah, as I've said, I love the fact that this is Becca's first watching of this movie as well, so she gets to go through all the different surprises and different things. Even though when you're watching it, it's telling you pretty much step by step what's going to happen, but because you're so fixated and so kind of tuned in to what you expect to happen, when the things do happen or it changes around, it's so much of a surprise, and you think. I think if you watch it 2 or 3 times, you think I should have really got this. I should have understand the reference points.
But I love the fact that even years later, I'm still surprised by it. There's still parts of it I didn't see at all. Did anyone else really like the main, who was meant to be the final girl, Dana? Did anyone else just think, I don't care if you die?
I feel like the film sort of tried to make you root for her, but I also don't know if that was part of the meta ploy, in that they were kind of saying sometimes the final girl is someone we don't really care about, we're told we have to care about, and that actually you're more likely to root for the other characters that in typical fashion would die off a lot sooner. They're the ones that you wish had lived, and for me that was obviously the fool. The fool's the one everyone wants to win. And he's so smart, and he is the final girl, but we're told that it's her. And kind of similar to what you were saying earlier, Sammy, about like, it would have been really good if at the end they'd just subverted that and said, actually, it was him all along, because that would have made more sense.
And he didn't stop anything, and it's still gonna, whatever. It's still gonna happen. So
but I think you're right in what you're saying as well, because even at the end, they do the whole flip where she's pointing the gun at him, and you think, oh, is she going to pull the trigger? And I truly believe if the werewolf didn't nom her, she would have pulled the trigger. So in essence as well, that kind of cements that my meh for her, because she wasn't a pure soul. She wasn't like the hero that you kind of want the film needed type thing. Where if you look at it, he broke down everything. He worked out what was going on because the marijuana they'd given him wasn't powerful enough, so he kind of melded them out.
So great. It's so
my favorite part, like just because of that, he was so aware of what was going on. It's funny.
But he's still living in this like dope infested world of his.
It's just not as powerful, so he's like, I'm switched on. I'm working out. I can see this. It's like, oh, is this a TV show? Oh shit.
Yeah,
I'm kind of breaking.
He does everything the final girl would do, right?
Yeah.
He does all the legwork. He does all of the figuring out. He does all of the guys. You're making the wrong mistakes. You need to do this. Yeah, he turns up at the right nick of time to save others. Like he is the final girl. 100%.
So I think they might have made, like I said, missed the material. Oh, did they? Because we'd never really see the world ending. Because at the time, they both were alive when it shuts off.
I mean, we see the big hand come down, so they're probably dead. But we don't know if that means end of the world or if that means
end of that story.
A new world order. Are people still going to be left alive who have to figure out a new way of living under their new overlords? Like, you just don't know what it's going to look like, right?
Yeah, it could be the whole like theory of like destroying the world and recreating it for see the new puppet show, the new game,
the new puppeteers. Yeah,
but I really hope that all them creatures got out. And
I hope the unicorn's okay.
I hope the werewolves run around.
I hope the werewolf's fine. And that little girl as well, bless her heart, she was just a little ballerina. Do you know who I thought instantly when I saw when she was behind? I went, "He got Abigail."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh shit!"
I did
and
now
then when
because with the scene.
But then when she turned around, I went, "Oh no, not all."
Again, playing devil's advocate, someone, say a film director watching this movie, saw that ballerina and what if a ballerina was a vampire? So again, that could have like influenced.
Well, this is it, right? Like, how many films have actually come about because someone has gone, do you know what would have been a really good sequel to Cabin in the Woods, going with this monster? And then instead they've just made their own monster movie with that, like, because it's obviously pulling from things that have already been, but there's also things now we've never really fully seen.
Yeah.
So it is interesting. It is. I don't know how many people would say, "Yeah, I got the idea from the Cabin in the Woods." Maybe they never would, but
no,
we also
like people go,
yeah.
Where's my money, bitch? But
it's possible, right? Like it's very, very possible.
Just
I can't stop staring at your whiteboard. just reading it off.
Sounds like Sonia. I see something else, and I'm like,
me too. It's the molesting tree.
The molesting tree is like, all right, Nexus.
If there wasn't a glaring response to the Evil Dead there's nothing to which.
Who's Big Mel? Oh, is that Biomed? Oh, I thought that said Big Mel.
Big Mel.
Big Mel's coming to rock your world, but yeah.
Shit.
I've got nothing else to say about this movie. Like, I just fucking love it. It's one of those things that came out of nowhere. We never be thankful we got this. Be thankful to the God of Thunder that we got this. This is probably the best way of saying it. It's just an interesting take, and I think this is a very good gateway movie for any new horror fans, because it's almost like you can go from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, maybe go to Angel next, because Angel was always a bit darker, a bit more brooding, scarier, then go to this, and it can kind of lead you in. I think you don't have to go to, say, the Halloweens, the Texas Chainsaw Massacres, the Friday the 13th.
You could keep slashes out of it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Have another movie experience that doesn't involve slashes.
I agree. I think you're right as well. I think obviously when you were saying earlier about Becca not being a horror fan, but there's still elements of this that are so enjoyable. Whereas I obviously love Scream. Scream is one of my favorite horrors of all time, but I wouldn't recommend that to someone who doesn't like horror, where I would recommend this.
Yeah.
So it did a really good job of being accessible for other people, which is why I think it's so good.
And it's also like a younger generation as well. There's so many different monsters in there.
Scream's ancient now.
Don't.
I know.
Don't worry, old lady Sydney's going to come and get us again. It's fine. Have you got any final thoughts for this one, Becca?
Just thank you for suggesting it. Once I got the right film, I quite enjoyed it.
Did you actually watch Cabin Fever though?
No.
Oh, thank God for that.
It was one of those films that I've seen quite a few times, so I wouldn't have had to rewatch it for this. But I've got to admit, I do like Scream, so I am a slight horror fan. I do like the Scream number one.
I love the fact you called it Scream number one.
Number one. But yeah, no, I really did enjoy this film. So thank you for inviting me on and suggesting it, because I did enjoy it. And it is still technically a zombie film because it had zombies in.
Zombie rednecks.
It fits everyone.
Yeah. It fits
I didn't even put the Buffy connection together, I really didn't. I genuinely thought you liked this film and that's why you were coming on. I didn't even think of the fact, I didn't think that you'd not seen it before, and I genuinely didn't just get the
I wouldn't have seen this film because obviously when it came out, I was working abroad at the time for 3 years, so I just didn't see any films between like 2012 and 2014, 2015.
Yeah, that's my excuse too.
Yeah.
This did get a cinema run as well. I remember seeing this at the pictures. Yeah. So,
I saw it at the cinema.
What shocks me is my husband's never seen it, and he is a Buffy and Angel fan.
It's a good one.
And he loves monsters. He loves anything to do with monsters and creatures, and so I might actually, if anyone does want to watch this, it is on its last few days on Netflix before it gets removed.
Yeah. That was quite a lucky one as well. I was like,
I was like, I don't have to look for it.
It's on Amazon Prime as well, I believe, because that's where I got it.
Oh, that's probably why it's coming off Netflix for then.
Yeah.
It's weird to do this, so when it comes to October, some of the horror films kind of disappear.
Yeah.
So it's like, let's go and pay for these movies.
I think wasn't it like a few years ago when Netflix put on all the Halloweens and then in October removed them?
Yeah. That's what they do.
That's ridiculous. Why would you not want to watch the Halloweens at Halloween?
But saying that though,
Netflix.
if you're gonna watch something on Netflix, there is a good gateway kind of horror. It's not a horror movie, but it's made. I think it's made by the same people who done Rick and Morty, The Haunted Hotel.
Yeah.
I've seen that
with Sammy's friend Jimmy on it.
Jimmy.
I watched it last week. I literally blitzed through. It starts off good, but the last couple episodes are absolutely fucking brilliant. I absolutely loved it.
I'll have to keep trying.
It's one of those where it starts off and you think, oh, this is going to be one joke, one note, but it does lead somewhere and it gets very good. So yeah,
I am going to watch it to obviously support my friend.
Mate Jimmy.
Me mate Jimmy.
But yeah, so Sammy, what's happening tomorrow, lovely lady?
Ooh, tomorrow we are doing the episode we were meant to do last week, which is the Conjuring movies. We're doing 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we managed to do it in actually a short space. It's not a super duper long episode of what I thought it could be, but we do have a very special guest joining us. Friend of the podcast, Scary Zara Mary, is returning to come and talk to us all about the Conjuring movies.
Yes. Another northern lass, so it's always good to have a northerner.
Oh, I love a Yorkshire accent. I got it to say schnozberries again. So that episode is available on the Nerdy Up North YouTube channel from 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. The audio for this episode and Monsters will be available tomorrow.
Yes. I'm trying to remember what happened there'll be other things happening this week, but Becca, you've got an episode out next Saturday as well, haven't you?
We do, because we are talking to the lovely ladies from Crits and
Put your teeth back in.
The game they do D&D.
Yes, they're a local D&D group who have got a YouTube channel and stuff. So we're going to be talking to the ladies from that.
Yes, so the Women of Nerd Culture are back on Saturday. What time is coming out?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Everyone
Because
going
we're having a lion.
Well,
yeah, it's just I was not so bothered about Monsters not coming out at like 8. Like I was fine with it coming out. It was the Saturday episodes. I was like, oh my god, make it a little bit later, please.
Just so you can post and tell everyone about it.
Yeah. Top Grumps, are they back on Tuesday?
Possibly, but I don't know what they're doing.
Anime Club, are they back on Friday?
They are, yes, I believe. I don't know what they're doing.
Oh, okay. Beyond that, just look out for their socials if you are looking for anything to do with Nerdy Up North. We're on our socials are Nerdy Up North, or if you're looking for Women of Nerd Culture, it's Women of Nerd Culture. Top Grumps, you see where I'm going with this. Monsters Up North. What else?
So many other stuff, but the other stuff as well. Something that's not Nerdy Up North. Where can you find more Sonia? Because I'm sure everyone who listens loves Sonia.
Yes.
Where can we find more Sonia?
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know if everyone loves us, Paul, but thank you.
Well,
I appreciate the sentiment. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
I missed my emails, by the way. I've stopped getting emails to say.
Oh. Well, I don't send them personally, but I start sending you a personal email if you'd like. Sorry, it's me. I'm going live.
I was like, oh, I feel it's like it's gone now.
So I stream every Friday on twitch.tv/Sombons. So that's Sombon with a Z on the end. I only stream weekends because I work full time. However, because I stream horror games, every October I do Spooky Month where I stream regularly. So my October schedule begins on the 1st of October. I'm going to be playing pretty much every night, give or take a few nights off just to let myself have a rest.
Yeah.
But yes, October is going to be very busy. I also have a YouTube and a Discord where people can keep up to date with schedules and announcements and request me to play games if they want me to play specific things. That's it.
And she sometimes drinks alcohol a lot when you see her playing games as well. So it's always a good time. But yes, our schedule is quite busy coming up as well. So we've got next week our favourite horror movie sequels. So we'll have to do a bit of research for that one, I think, just to see which sequels make the grade. Then we've got possession movies. Then we're doing Misery with the lovely Kelly. We're doing Evil Dead. So again, keeping on the theme, we'll be talking about tree rape there, so that'll be interesting.
The molesting tree.
Yes. And to finish off our spooky season as well, we are finishing it with. We've talked about Michael Myers. We've talked about the movies, but we've not done like a strong conversation on the original.
That's me. Sit down, talk about
1978 Halloween, the movie that started it all. The babysitting murder, as it was originally called.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting as well.
It's going to be something. But if you are on YouTube or you've never seen us on YouTube and this is the first time you've seen us, hi everyone. And please remember to like, share, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'd never miss anything from us.
Yes. But same bat time, same bat channel.
Stay nerdy, everyone. Bye. Bye.